And a knock away by Lowe. He's got Paul with him. Found Paul, hanging, missing. And the rebound comes to Rudd. Who lost it? Brandon Paul has it. Allen feeling it. And back comes Miami. They have numbers. Jankovic, he rocks the rim.
Yeah, you can't give that up if you're Philly. They didn't have any floor balance on that three, and the Heat make them pay.
Luwawu Cabarrot trying to get by Jankovic. We got a minute to go in the third. Final Vegas Summer League game for each of these teams. 5 in the shot clock for Paul, and he will shoot over Rudd. And Jankovic with the pull. This is how Miami needed to end this quarter. They've got it to 10. It'd be a good look for them, Greg, just to get it inside and get it into single digits. They trailed by 15.
That's a great point. You talked about it. They continue to compete. They've given themselves some chances here of late defensively, just unable to convert on the offensive end.
Jankovic with his second foul. Championship game of the Las Vegas Summer League coming up Monday night, 9 Eastern on ESPN2. And here is Lowe. Got it back from Holmes. And the timer is off. So Miami presumably will run it down and get the last shot of this third quarter.
Yeah, a deuce here, give them a little bit of momentum heading into that final tilt.
5 left, and then Lowe comes out to give the foul on Walker.
Had one to give there, so good decision to take that foul, but still plenty of time for the Heat here to get a good look.
But a pretty good job of not, getting him at 10, getting him at 5.6 was wise by Lowe, right?
Yeah, a very, very good decision there. Good job of utilizing that foul.
Here's Rudd making his move on Paul, goes up and can't hit. So it's a 10-point game. Philly leading Miami 63-53 going to the fourth quarter. Ben Simmons 9 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. Rashawn Holmes, big for Philly, has hit a 3. Brandon Paul's got a couple of major dunks, but not like that from Damian Lee. The fourth quarter is next.
John Cundla coached the NBA's first dynasty team, the Minneapolis Lakers. In their first 7 seasons of play, the Lakers won 6 league championships. Center George Mikan was the biggest star in the league, but Cundla's ability to create a feeling of team unity made him their leader.
I can't say nothing. All right, let's settle down, fellas. Settle down. Let's get serious. Check the coach.
He was able to discern whether you're doing something badly, why you're not scoring. For me, he used to help me if I threw the ball high and give it a twist, I would miss, and if I would put it in a certain position, I would make.
See, we had 2 superstars in our team, Mikan and Pollard, and they were true superstars in the truest sense of the word. And I give Johnny Cundla all the credit in the world. All the X's and O's and marvelous plays and diagrams, and that's not the toughest part of coaching any team. It's how do you get those 5 guys to play together.
The Lakers were considered the strongest team in the league physically, but their hard work and practice also made them fundamentally sound. They were dedicated to one principle: playing together meant winning championships.
I never knew John to play favorites. He didn't say, George can do this, but you can't as a third-string forward. He expected you to hustle and try every time you played. And the objective with him was the same with us, win. And
the Scenics never end from Las Vegas. Just a gorgeous city in the United States of America. That's High Roller. Might want to get over there. One of the main attractions here in Vegas. And this is one of the main attractions. I have not. I got my eye on the prize covering the Summer League, but this Samsung NBA Summer League is one of the main attractions in Las Vegas this time of year.
Yeah, you think about basketball in the summer. If you're going to, in July, if you're a fan of the game, Vegas is the place to be. I mean, obviously we've got Samsung Summer League. You got a lot of USA basketball that goes on this time of year as well, and the grassroots basketball. A lot of huge high school tournaments that are going on with a lot of young talent from all over the country. So it's a really a fun time for basketball fans. I'm not going to even get into all the other stuff, the gambling and the sightseeing and the nightlife and the restaurants, but a lot going on.
So we've enjoyed the hustle of Michael Carrera all the way from Orlando to Vegas into the first row of stands there here at the Thomas & Mack. Look at Carrera. You get the feeling that you could literally drop him out of an airplane and he would bounce and be okay. Yeah. He's just that tough.
He is, man, and he just plays without any fear, and he's just been fun to watch. And again, he's the kind of guy that you could see on an NBA roster. And I tell people this all the time. They're going to have 5 guys on that roster that are there to be good guys and work hard and push the core guys.
That was a ridiculous putback by Brandon Paul. That was exceptional, and Philly back up by 13.
And you've been impressed, as have I, with how much he's improved there. And a little turnover, miscommunication there.
Let's
but
talk about the improvement from Illinois. A 4-year guy there. I really liked him. I'm a Big Ten guy. I watch a lot of Big Ten hoops, and I was like, wait, Brandon Paul wasn't drafted? He spent a year in the D-League, a year overseas, now entering his 3rd year as a pro. So talk about the improvements you've seen from Illinois.
Much better in terms of the range at shooting the basketball. Gets after a little more defensively. I mean, he was a heralded recruit coming out of high school. I just thought he never really quite felt or lived up to what the expectations were. But what I've seen out of him in Summer League, I mean, man, if he were this good of a player coming out of college, no doubt he would have been drafted. But still a young enough player to have an opportunity to live out that dream and see himself on an NBA roster. But definitely been impressed with him on both ends of the floor.
He's close. All he needs is a call to his agent and an invite to one of the 30 vet camps, and then take it from there. That's what the Summer League is about for guys like Brandon Paul who are not on contracts. Just get that invite to a vet camp.
And there's an example there, guarding Yankovic there, giving up a lot of size, but forced him well outside the block and then gets a deflection there and gets a reset.
Long, Holmes, and Simmons into double figures for Philly. Paul right behind him with 8. Nick Moore, there's 1 on the shot clock, and that shot is too late. A shot clock violation on Miami, and they trail by 13. And Juwan Howard has coached every game for the Miami Summer League team. He has been grinding for the last couple of weeks.
Man, I think the kids have as well, and you can see also that the intensity that we saw from them, the activity throughout their bench that we saw in Orlando, it's started to wane a little bit. It's not just the amount of games these guys have played, folks. They are putting in a lot of hours in practice, working collectively and then also individually. Physically and mentally, it can take a toll.
They went under the screen on Brandon Paul.
Right on cue.
And Paul's probably like, go ahead and keep doing that. You'll get me to the league.
Yeah, he did not have this kind of range, I didn't think, in college. I had a chance to do some of his games. I love the kid, but he's definitely improved his ability to shoot it from beyond the NBA 3.
Great block by Ben Simmons, and he tried to get another one, but Miami scores. Good D from Ben.
Yeah, he's been active. I tell you what, he's got what I call great ball instincts. At 6'10", he's got terrific hands, and he gets a lot of deflections and alters a lot of passes as well.
Simmons, a step back on Carrera, and that's an air ball. And Philly fans, before you get upset, I heard Brett Brown earlier in this Vegas Summer League in an interview with ESPN say, I love misses from Ben Simmons right now. I want him shooting. I want him missing because he can learn from it. So don't be upset about that air ball.
Yeah, you've heard a lot about the comparisons to LeBron James, and he does absolutely do some things that LeBron does. Remember, LeBron didn't come in as a drop-dead, knockdown shooter, and even to this day, shooting is not what LeBron does well, even though he's the best player in the world.
Damian Lee back and drawing the foul on Paul, and Caruso needed to do something with that pass for Ben Simmons rather than try to get it back to him because Ben Simmons dropped a dime on Caruso.
Yeah, it was there for him, and I don't know if Caruso felt like he had the angle to get that shot off.
It's not a highlight unless you make the shot.
No, not at all.
So Damian Lee at the line, 12 points and counting. He's had a volume day, I would say. He's 4 of 14 from the field, 1 of 8 from 3. But he has had some noisy moments. Sean Long back into the game for Philadelphia, number 41. Allen checks out.
You hit it. It's been the three-point shot that's really been to his detriment tonight. He's been fine from 2.
Miami 3 of 19 from downtown. That's 15.8%. Philly, on their other hand, 5 of 17. Not great, but 29%, and a 12-point Philly lead. Simmons gets a screen from Long. Still with it. He has dribbled this entire possession. Now off to Long. Back to Simmons, and it's a steal for Miami.
Yeah, Long just guessed wrong there. The defense wasn't coming out of Bepka, and he could have pulled that little mid-range jump shot, and a little frustrated with himself, though, as they'll retain possession here.
Good job by Paul to get a hand on it. Then it deflected off the hand of Carrera. 13th turnover on Miami. Philly's committed 16. Here's McConnell. Under 10 on the shot clock now for the number 1 overall pick. Down to 5. Simmons driving on Carrera. The reverse will not go. The tap, a couple of them wouldn't go from Long. Boy, that was very close to a spectacular play.
It was, and I was going to say he actually went for the spectacular play because he had a little drop off there for Long, who would have had an easy dunk, but it was nice to watch.
And he hits it ahead to Long here. But, you know, this is a bit for experimentation, right? For a guy like Ben Simmons, you know, why not try something that's maybe out of your area code, right?
Great players tend to push the envelope in terms of their playmaking and scoring ability. That's in part what makes them great. They have a belief that they can, you know, do what most can't. And generally speaking, that's what makes them special.
Obekpa backing down Long, and he is stuck with it. They could have called 3 seconds on Obekpa. Lee, he was bumped, no call. Oh, Carrera missed the layup, and he's yelling for a foul. But
he short-armed that one, unfortunately. He was expecting the contact, and it actually didn't come. He didn't go up strong to finish that one.
It's been a frustrating day for Carrera. He is 1 of 10. He's a better ball player than that, and it's Philly by 12.
For the fans who haven't, I know the collegiate fans have seen a lot of Ron Baker, but Ron Baker, a nice finish there and a run by Tarzinski.
Stanley driving with his mouthpiece hanging out of his mouth like Stephen Curry.
Opportunity to you. It's the international scouts as well, because they're looking at a lot of these guys and they understand that some of them, while talented enough, there just won't be numbers there for them in the NBA.
That was Labire against Pressey in a jump ball. Pressey didn't even jump, but ironically, Detroit got the rock. And here's Pressey for 3.
Yeah, he jumped on that one. Lorenzo Brown, very solid at that guard position.
And a block at the end of the second quarter here.
You know, those things all have to come into play. And then if it does, now you become a little bit more enticing to a potential free agent.
Sent in the ball game. Baker doing a good job staying in front of Stanley.
He's a lot stronger.
Oh, Benedict strokes it.
And that's what they're looking for right there. Again.
And he's right there in last year with Westchester of the Development League. Kaczynski with the follow slam.
And that's why you teach bigs to run the floor. It will play a role, I think, to some extent. But
Kaczynski with the block on Plumlee.
Block there, but the ultimate here today and create a few on his own.
10 points on 4. Back in Vegas with our fourth quarter game summary. Philly leads by 12, and three-point shooting's been a major issue. 5 makes for Philly, only 3 for Miami on 21 attempts. The Heat were shooting 40.5% from three-point range coming into this ball game at the Samsung NBA Summer League in Las Vegas. Greg, are you seeing a little fatigue from the Heat today?
I think they definitely have shown that, the intensity. I mean, they're trying every bit as hard as they've tried all Summer League, but sometimes you just don't have it physically or mentally the way you did once we started out in Orlando. Not to mention, they're missing some key pieces to that roster.
Low with the miss. And